Please join me in welcoming to the couch Dave and John from Dynamighty, guys. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. CounterSpy. It's a game that folks on GameSpot have gotten a few looks at before, but it's out today. Also, we're giving some of them away. So if you want to go ahead and retweet GameSpot's tweet about the giveaway and follow GameSpot, you can win some CounterSpy codes. You guys generously provided. But dude, your game's out today. How are you even controlling yourself enough to sit still on the couch? This must be so exciting for you.
It's such a great feeling. I mean, we've been working so hard on this for over a year and a half now, and so finally to get it out and put it in front of people and get some feedback from what people think about it, it's just such a great feeling. You know, a little bit of relief, but also a lot of excitement.
A lot of excitement, and so we're playing on PS4 now, but you guys are also on PS3 and PS Vita?
Yep.
That's correct.
It's cross-buy, and it has cross-save
Capability.
well.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys get it? Danny, you get excited as I do when you hear that?
Because it's like a deal breaker sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, completely.
If you
I'm
don't
really
have the
lazy.
cross-save?
It's not. It's like when I hear that it's got cross save, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm in. It's like because my
So it'll push you
TV is
over
like 10 feet away from my bed, but that 10 feet is a big difference when it comes to like just wanting to be in bed and doing it on the Vita. So yeah. Nice work putting in that extra effort, because not enough people do it.
Very cool.
It's the best.
You just have to have TVs throughout your entire house, and you can do it that way as well, right?
I tried to do that.
Gone
thing
are
where
those
I could do
dark
remote
old
play.
days. Think of all the counter space you can free up and wall space.
CounterSpace for CounterSpy.
Counter space for
Got it.
CounterSpy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're playing as a spy in the Counter organization. I don't know if we have a camera angle that can check the wall art in the back that you guys added on, but it's on there. We'll get a look at it. But this is you guys really leaned into and are big fans of that sort of 60s, 70s Cold War era, and this stuff almost looks like propaganda art a little bit.
Well, yeah, we kind of, I guess one way that we've described it before is it's sort of a little bit of our love letter to The Incredibles, mixed in with a little bit of Bond and kind of a dash of Doctor Strangelove. And the propaganda angle is, I guess, something that so Mark, who's our art director, really brought to it. He went crazy on when you go throughout the levels, you'll see all these sort of posters and all the design around the world. And because we kind of focus this on you're going into both superpowers, right? You're not a US or a Soviet agent, or in our world, the superpowers are the imperialists and the socialists, right? And so you're this sort of rogue agency that's breaking into both of them.
Which one is the socialists?
Well, what do you think? We could have a long discussion about that.
Yeah, actually, we could get real deep on some
politics,
geopolitical stuff
Right.
here. But I'm not. I can't read Russian. Does this actually say stuff in Russian, or do you guys just make
It is Russian.
Okay.
It is Russian.
You don't
But,
know
like,
the
they're
Cyrillic
actual
alphabet?
words
Is
that
that what
you
you're
could-
telling me?
Google
No, I'm not.
Translate tells us it's Russian.
Excellent. I'll just hold up my phone to it, get some translation going. It'll be good.
Would you refer to this video game as a 2.5D game? Is that fair, or is that super reductive?
Yeah, sure. 2.5D, I guess. I think.
What does it mean?
Because that's what made it pop out
Right.
to me the first time I saw it, was seeing all this stuff.
Well, I think that the thing that we kind of got excited about was sort of the inspiration is very much our love for sort of classic arcade-style side-scrollers, right? But because we're building it out in 3D, we kind of realized that we could open up the combat space a little bit more and have these cover points where you pop into cover and the camera shifts around. So yeah, I think that, to your point about the 2.5D, I guess that's a good way of describing
That's
it.
something a games journalist would say, I suppose.
Exactly, perfect. We'll go with it.
Yeah, I mean, we just love the way that, with 2D side scrollers, you can have a fairly simple control scheme, but then when you can switch into the 3D camera like this, we can still set up pretty cool dramatic angles like this, and so, you can have sort of a little bit more of a kind of almost cinematic-y type setup, but you're not sitting there having to control the camera yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, we do it for them, basically.
And that is kind of a neat way of amplifying that sort of cinematic appeal, that kind of, the dramatic angle of, oh, jeez, nice.
Bit of awesome ragdoll there.
Nice.
He's now just a permanent fixture in this bunker.
Exactly.
What's your mission coming in here then? Because I know there's a lot of collectible stuff and hidden areas and whatnot, right?
Yeah, so because basically both superpowers are trying to launch rockets at the moon, they're sort of in this race against time, and you're trying to stop them. So throughout the game, you're looking for the launch plans like that. Your main goal is collect all the launch plans so that you can uncover one of the locations, go there, sabotage the rocket. But along the way, there's a lot of hidden areas to explore and discover stuff. There's things like blueprints that you collect, and that's how you'll complete your you'll unlock weapons, dossiers. There's lots of little collectibles. I just actually also wanted to draw your attention because John normally doesn't play as well as this.
I was going to say 2 headshots back to back.
He's
Nice
actually,
work.
if you look in the top right of the corner, there's a stealth combo that he has going. That's actually a pretty cool, advanced sort of way to play the game. So for people who are diving into the game now, sort of earning currency in the game, particularly as it gets harder, like that becomes more and more important. You'll find intel in the world and things like that. But also the stealth combos will be a big points multiplier. The more people you can sort of stealth kill in a row, adds up to more points, and then you get more cash at the end. You kind of, your agent bonus goes up.
Oh, nice. You
There's a
get
little
paid.
secret out there, John.
Is there also like do you guys have like a leaderboard that sort of that also surfaces on?
Yeah, we've got leaderboards, and we also have a kind of a cool little feature where there's this rival spy mode. So once all your friends are playing and you're seeing their scores on the leaderboard, the game will start giving you a friend's score for that level and as a target, and then if you can beat their score and sort of best it, then on the next level you can go find their agent, and then you'll get more points, more cash, goodies.
Wait, you can go find like their agent? What do you mean by that?
So basically, you beat their score,
Yeah.
and then on the next level,
One
their
of the
agent
enemies?
is hidden somewhere in the level, their downed agent. So if you can find their downed agent in the level, you can kind of get the intel off of them, and then you'll get some extra cash.
Oh, interesting. They just
Yeah.
show up as a sort of an extra objective.
Yeah,
spot.
it's like instead of just chasing your friend's leaderboard and going, oh, I beat your score, it's just a little extra Easter egg where you can actually go out, look around. If you find the agent, then you'll also get some extra cash for your game.
I think this might be
neat.
my best stealth.
I was about to say,
Combo
like,
here.
you can see you're like just being extra careful now as well.
Transfixed.
Yeah, so I should say I'm like the engineer on the team here, and so I often end up spending a lot more time kind of staring at like some gnarly bug rather than actually playing the game. So it's kind of fun to sit down here and dive in.
Of all days for you to excel, John,
Yeah.
today's that day.
Exactly, when the pressure's on, huh?
So I guess sort of the way you're moving through the levels, it seems to be sort of once you get to a certain area, this board, this between these two sets of doors, do you just kind of clear that area, move on to the next area, and then progress that way? Do you ever have to sort of backtrack or anything like that?
No, it's the John sort of playing in a methodical way, clearing the room, and that is generally a good way to play. The levels are all stitched together procedurally, so rooms get reordered in different ways. So if you started playing a game again, you wouldn't see the same levels. And so generally you start out on the left and then you're kind of moving in one direction. There are areas where there's a little bit of branching, so there's like elevators and you can go down, and there's sort of alternate paths that will lead you to extra stuff. And there's also a lot of hidden areas. But generally, like the way that excuse me, John's playing right now, he's also doing a good job of managing the Defcon, which is the number that you see in the middle of the hub there, which is currently at 3. So,
I think he noticed his friend's head's
He
missing.
did.
John, I can't believe you might actually finish this level. I don't want to jinx it.
All right. I was so close. But now I can start having
So
fun with
we
it.
might actually see
Explosives.
one of the guys get on the radio, but basically the Defcon will go up based on how much the enemy sees your presence in the world, right? So if they see you, they might start getting on the radio. So there's a dude right now, he's radioing in, that's causing the Defcon to go up.
Oh yeah, I can see the meter sort of starting to fill up there.
Security cameras, if they spot you, that'll cause the Defcon to go up. And also if you die, there's a penalty. And so that Defcon level is something you kind of want to be managing throughout the game. And it also is consistent from level to level. So if it gets too high, then they start a countdown and they're going to launch. And that way, you've just got to book it to the end of the level.
Oh, great.
And try and abort the launch.
It's only now I appreciate how difficult the headshots are, that you've been like nailing them the entire time.
It's a little tougher when they're throwing bullets back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not a game about just sort of wading in. I mean, you're not able to take much damage. That Defcon is going to go up fairly speedily.
Right.
But but here you completed the mission. The meter went down. So even though it does sort of is a through line from mission to mission, there is a way to reset it a little bit.
Yeah, but if it went up to like 2 and then to 1, like it won't go back down. Oh, I'm a bit croaky.
Once it hits the threshold
Must have been that
and
bourbon.
changes number, it won't go back down from that number.
It won't go back down, but you can get it to go down. And this is where one of the key strategies you need to deploy in the game is officers in the game. They're a pretty cowardly lot. If you see an officer, hopefully we'll see one in this next level. Yeah, you should definitely play an Imperialist level. Yeah, if you see an officer in the level, you should take out all his friends so that he's all on his own. And then if you can aim your weapon at him, he'll surrender, and then he'll actually call in and lower the Defcon.
Oh,
cool.
Hey, everything's cool over here,
exactly.
guys.
Oh, we're fine.
Yep, ship shape. No need to be so alarmed.
Yeah, so it's kind of a key part of the game is managing that level, and it's one of the things. At one point we had just a straight countdown the whole time, and you're sort of running against the clock. But it's one of these things during game development, you're always trying different things to see what works and what doesn't. We kind of realized that it kind of took a lot of the fun of the exploration out of the game. And if you're always worrying about that clock going down, you're not really going to take your time to like wait for a dude to come up and then stealth kill him. You're just going to be running. And so this sort of really helped stretch that out. It still gives the player something to manage and keep an eye on.
A little bit of pressure.
Right, but then once that countdown starts, then you know, okay, now I've got to kind of book it and get to the end.
Explosives are your friends.
Yeah.
That's great.
Dude, you named one after me. Oh, guys.
We
that
did that
is
just
so
for sure.
sweet.
There you go.
When we go to
Yay.
IGN later, we have a special one with like
Yeah.
Give a Greg in there as well.
Yeah.
You
One for everyone.
guys know your audience here. Easily pandered to. I'm a little worried you just went through that door. It said no spies through there. Is that going to be a problem?
What does
Well,
counter
they're
stand
not
for?
really big fans of us, so
What does counter stand for?
We might run a competition and maybe
Okay.
people can guess what it is. That's our clever way of saying we did have, we knew what it meant once.
Did you lose a design
We've done
doc
so many
somewhere?
late nights on this game to get it done. It's locked away in some part of our brain somewhere. Yeah, it actually is on a document somewhere.
One night you're just going to sit up in bed at night and,
Right,
and just like recite the entire
Right.
acronym.
So here's an officer. He actually hasn't seen you. So
Right.
what you should do, John, is switch to a noisy weapon.
Don't mess it up, John.
And don't shoot him.
I know.
Don't shoot that barrel.
it's so tempting though. Oh, we can
No,
get
no,
some
no,
more
don't
ragdoll.
shoot.
Yeah, I know.
Any
Here
other
we go. So,
situation, I
yeah.
would always say shoot the barrel.
So he spotted
So
me.
there you go.
And
So
then make him surrender, and so the Defcon goes up there.
Now shoot the barrel.
All right.
yeah.
All right. I
it's
wonder
not-
if this will.
no, it won't.
Will that put the Defcon back up?
Oh, he should probably get out of there.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No,
Great.
you're not allowed to take out surrendered officers.
Once they've
That's fair
surrendered,
enough.
Once they've
you know.
surrendered,
It's a
they're-
The Geneva
game.
Convention exists in this
That's
game as
right.
well.
Their
Okay.
lives are over anyways. You don't understand.
Yeah, he's going to have to go back and report to his superior commander now. So, ooh, there's a barrel.
All right. Maybe I'll just get a bit more violent.
So aside from like from looking as slick, as John here, that's a motivation for stealth. The point system, stuff like that. Is there, you complete, you stay stealth, you complete it, you get more money to help then like upgrade your kit. Was that it?
Come on, John, you're not playing.
All right, sorry,
John's
I was
gonna answer this
listening. So,
question.
yeah, so you can basically, you go through, you find blueprints, which will unlock new weapons. You find formulas, which give you kind of boosts, like one-time boosts for that level. And then there's also dossiers, which give you a bit of the sort of backstory of the world of Counter and the two superpowers. And then as you play through the levels, you're both trying to unlock those things and collect cash, which, once you've found all the blueprints for a weapon,
that's cool.
you spend the money to buy those new weapons.
So it's
Here we
not
go.
just pistols all day.
No, so we've got a few kind of fun weapons that you can upgrade as you go on through, you know, sort of more powerful machine guns. We have a mind control weapon that gets the enemies to kind of attack each other.
Yes,
and so, you know,
mind control.
A few other fun ones there that people can find as they play through the game.
Yeah, the game, it gets progressively harder the further you go. There's more elite cards, you know, take more damage, stuff like that. So some of the earlier weapons will lose a bit of their effectiveness. So something like the mind control gun is awesome because you can take if you can get one of the really tough guys with that, oh man.
Oh, you killed the officer, Dave! I don't know.
Blew my chance.
You're supposed to be better than me, Dave.
I thought that's why you brought John along, Dave. He's the ace.
If I'm trying to
Look at
talk
that.
and play though, John, so
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
hard,
give you some
right?
credit
All right.
here.
Victory.
My brain's
There
doing
was
two
some
different
elite
things.
skills there. I'll
Even
give you
Dave
that.
consult
You
your
know
victory
I'm not a
handbook.
multitasker.
That's
John
great.
knows I'm not a multitasker, so
You're doing pretty well.
strategy.
you should see. He'll try and talk to me when I'm working. Like, are you what? Did someone say something? What was I saying?
I don't know,
Remind
but
me.
I like
it
how
was,
this-
It was super interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever
So
it
Dave's
was.
kind of going the other way here with a bit more of a sort of aggressive playthrough, and so you know the game definitely supports both the play styles. You know, if you just want to go in, use the explosives, have a bit of fun, you know.
Are those the hats coming off or their faces?
It's the hats. It's
Okay.
a T-rated game.
All right, okay. But it's really the faces, right?
That's wishful thinking, I think.
I know we did have blood running down the screen in the last game, but you know this one is definitely for the youngsters as well.
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, that mind control gun. Yeah, good strategy for later on. When you get those tough guys that come out and they're super hard to kill, shoot one of those guys with the mind control gun. So now he becomes a bullet sponge for his friends. They all turn on each other, and then sometimes you can just sit back and let them kind of
Enjoy
take
the
each other
battle.
out.
Just
and
check
then-
your tweets
yeah,
real quick.
Exactly.
And then he's
Hey, what's
just
going
look
on?
up over there. All right, we're clear. Hey, cool. Speaking of tweets, we have some winners.
Oh my
over
God.
Twitter. Some victors who are going to be getting CounterSpy codes. And I'm going to ask one of you kind gentlemen if you wouldn't mind reading out the four names.
Did they guess the name of
here.
Counter?
No, we didn't make
Maybe
it
it
that
was-
hard for them. But here are the winners
Okay.
of CounterSpy codes.
All right, number one is Hyper Flood.
All right.
Yay, Hyperflood.
Hyper Flood.
Have fun.
Number two is NM Rain. What do you think?
Hooray!
Making it rain.
What do you think NM stands for?
Need more?
Need more
No,
rain.
it's not that kind
Could
of
be.
rain.
He's a
Next one,
farmer.
X Matrix Gaming.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds like a name of a.
And the final one is Alvin Princessa.
Congratulations,
Got the,
each and every one of
tiara.
you. Fantastic. You guys
But for
got
those who didn't
CounterSpy
win,
coming your way.
it's available today on the PlayStation Store, correct?
Yeah.
Exactly. In fact,
when's it out in Europe?
it goes
Tomorrow.
out later on, same time tomorrow, so probably like 3-4 in the afternoon.
Cool.
European time. I think it just went live around now, actually, on the PlayStation Store. So,
Oh man.
yep.
Very cool.
More pressure.
Yeah.
Do you have any other platforms in mind? A PC release somewhere down the way?
Interesting, you might ask.
Anything,
So today it's available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Vita. But we do have iOS and Android versions coming.
All right.
So those are, it's not the exact same game, but it is interesting because it has a lot of the same core gameplay. You're still an agent, you're sneaking through levels, doing all your sort of spy stuff. So we're actually pretty excited about that.
And it has cross save.
Yay! Everyone
Lay out.
making games,
Yeah, so
take
I
a
guess
note
you'll be
out of
buying
their.
that one as well, huh?
Absolutely. Take a note out of these gentlemen's book. Cross save on everything.
So your progress is transferred across. Like your actual levels you play through are different, so you can't transfer that part. But all the blueprints you've unlocked and the formulas, they transfer across. And there's even, if you link it with your PlayStation, you can find some extra kind of weapons that you wouldn't be able to get on the
cool.
mobile game
Alright.
by linking them together. So
That's-
buy more.
and